What's good, YouTube? The one only Amity6 here again with the myth, the man, the legend, the Bruce Menard. I'm gonna come up with a nickname for you, but it's just Bruce. It's just Bruce.
Yeah.
So yesterday we went and shout out to a new locals in town, TCG family.
They're a really cool place. Really cool people. I liked them.
They had a case tournament. There's 38 of us. And what did you do out of 38 people?
I was second after Swiss, and then got top 4. We split at top 4.
Yeah. And what did you do?
I played Yummy. The most delicious deck in the room.
Snap. Let's get into it. This
is like the combination of Madolce and Sprite. My two favorite decks. I'm so happy this deck exists. But this is the best starter. This card's crazy. Triple Cupsies is really strong. You want to resolve this card every turn. Getting to like the cards these cards searches is just really good. Triple Cookie. You just need more names. Triple Lollipo. It's just kind of like back in Mal's format when like we didn't have that many names. You just have to run them all, even though they don't have great normal summons effects. Like these 6 don't have great normal summon effects or special summon effects, but the fact that they're just extenders is just really strong and really important. We also played the Striker Engine, the Triple Engage, 1 Hornet Drones. I see people playing like 1 Hornet Drones, or 1 Engage, excuse me. I'm hard pressed to think that like if my deck is already like pseudo non-consistent, like for instance, like right now the deck's at 17 starters, and if you don't see one of those starters, you don't do anything. There's no half boards the deck makes. I'd rather increase the number of 1-card starters that I possibly could put in the deck than just like putting in more non-engine and just hope I draw into something. The only thing that I thought about was cutting one of these for Prosperity, which I think is not a bad call. I just wasn't well versed with the deck enough to know what I should banish. So instead of playing something like that, I decided to play the 3rd Engage.
What about not playing Widow Anchor?
So Widow Anchor is interesting, right? Because like the thought process is like you can engage into Widow Anchor to like out like certain cards. The problem that I have with that is that like Widow Anchor is not that great. Like you're never getting to 3 spells in the deck like before you start like doing this play because you have to do this first. You're just never getting to 3 spells. And because you don't get to 3 spells, it makes it so much harder for me to like convince myself that like Widow Anchor is good. It's just a searchable imperm, really. So I decided not to play it. I'd rather just play these. I do cut some of these when I go second because like you have 6 cards versus 5. But yeah.
But it worked out for you, so I mean.
Yeah. The most broken card in the game. Literally, against people, I would just for like the first like 4 rounds of the tournament, I didn't even play my deck. I didn't summon a single Herald. I didn't like make synchros. I just like activated this card and my opponent scooped. Like it just so frequently.
Even though I still lost, I opened Change to Disappearance, going first, being forced to go first, and I did it. I still lost the match, but I won that.
It's funny because like if they have Yummy names in hand, it's not even good because they just get the field spell to grave and then they shuffle from banish, and then like they just play the game anyways.
Oh no, I agree.
It's frustrating. I played the 1-for-1. So again, back to that whole conversation of like 1-card starters. So everything that you've seen so far is a 1-card starter in the deck, and I wanted to have another one. And because I'm playing hand traps versus like the breakers, 1-for-1 was a perfect addition into the deck. Also, I'd probably play Periorize here. I just didn't want to take Half-Life for like the Vanquishable matchup. I didn't want to give them like an even easier way to burn me. Like then they just burger burn for 15. I got like. That just gets scary really quickly.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to play that card. I did think about like cutting some of the names, like say like 1 and 1 for Periorize, just so that way you have more copies of Cupsies. But I didn't think that was very good, so I decided against it.
And it worked out for your favor.
Yeah, of course. And so those are all the 1-card starters in the deck. Onto the like the pseudo bricks, field spell, and double surprise. This is all I ran for the Yummy cards. I've seen people run 3 surprise, 2 surprise, 1 surprise. I think the answer is either 2 or 3. You never play less than 2. You need to run 2. This card is disgusting. It's good going first. It's good going second. You just need to have it. If you have to activate it turn 1 to play, you just set it with the extra card. This card's really, really, really good. I only played Mignon. I didn't like Acroquy. It felt like it was like an added bonus to the field. If I were to do it again, I think I don't need the Croaky. If I start playing against more Justice Hunters decks, I think it's better. But into like Malice and stuff, like just 1 pop isn't really doing enough. That all the other cards aren't already doing.
This is the attack boost one, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the attack boost one.
Okay, sorry. Forgive my ignorance. I don't read cards.
The other thing is like I don't like getting this card into grave because again it just becomes infinitely easier to out like DD Crow and other stuff and like White Binder and stuff. I'd rather just keep this on the field the entire time and not have it get hit.
Got you.
And then on to hand traps. So that was 20 cards, 17 one-card starters, plus the 3 bricks. And then for the non-engine, 3 Fua, double Perulia. I expected to play mainly just Hunter's decks. And I felt like this is the best hand trap lineup for that. I felt like a lot of people would be playing Yummy, especially the better players would be playing Yummy. And Perulia does like nothing into Yummy, like maybe 1 draw. Like they don't need to play into it. Fua just hurts them though every time. So you've got to play it. Like doing this into being school is like the best card.
How many mirror matches did you play yesterday?
2. Yeah, 2. But yeah, I also wanted to keep it at 40, which is why there's only 2 Perulia. And then, of course, 3 Ashley to stop the Charmies. And then I did like a pretty, I thought was unique approach. But I've seen like Triff in them like start doing like hand traps and stuff. I wanted to play a bunch of hand traps. So I played 6 effect negation. And then I also played double Ogre, double Bell. For the Yummy matchup. And for just like random stuff. I was like playing a bunch of these cards in my side for like testing for Nats format, and I found that they were really strong into the, like that current format. So I wanted to play them all. But yeah, I'd been testing these for a while, so I knew that they were good into like the pre Justice Hunter decks, but they were also really strong into the Justice Hunter decks. Like you can do this on Lupus, you can do this into like the Azuna, so that way they can't be 35. You can, like, if worst comes to worst, you can ogre the Paradise Smashers that they make and just hope that they just slow roll, or I guess high roll. So there's a lot of just applications to all of these, and I really like them. They're really applicable, but also these cards destroy Yummy. Like, you might be like, oh, how does Effect Veil Imperms destroy Yummy? But if they go first, and they start with anything that isn't Obedience School, these cards are really strong. Like, really, really strong. You stop the first Synchro Effect, you stop the first, like, Snatchy, especially if they, like, normal summon one of, like, the bad names, like Cookie or Lollipo. They normal summon that, make Snatchy, you Veiler there. Lots of times, they don't have much they can do. They don't get Field Spell. It's, like, really important. Yep. Plus, they're just really good into the Rogue that I thought I was going to play at the Case Tournament. And then I played 2 Purge. I didn't feel like this card was very strong. Like, the best cards in the game right now can't be purged. Like, Obedience School, Sacred Soul, Mouse and Underground, Gold Sark, all these, like, crazy power spells just don't get hit by Purge. And while I wanted more hand traps, and so I added them in at the end, I just had 2 slots left, so I put in Purge. I could see myself cutting these for like Dark Rulers. Dark Ruler's pretty good. This deck can like break a board really easily. So Dark Ruler's a really nice addition that I didn't put in the deck, and I'll talk about like what I'd change on the side to get it in next time. But that's 40. Okay. The extra deck I think is pretty. It's crazy to say standard now. The set's been out for what, a week? We got standard.
Not even a week, but we'll say standard.
Triple Snatchy. One of each of the names. You don't need more. I've seen some people run like Double Way or it's not Double Way.
Are you playing one of each rarity of the Snatchy?
I don't want to talk about it. Okay. I want a low rarity this.
That's hot. It's hot. I'm sorry. It's hot.
I don't have the Starlight. Okay. But I've seen some people play Double Cupsy. I don't know why you do that. You never get it. The Marshall. I didn't play Starham. I don't like discarding cards. That's all I really gotta say there. And Double Herald.
Ooh, you're making people. You're punching people.
I do think in the future I will cut a Herald for Mary Melfi's.
Okay.
I think it's a better interaction as the second one. I don't think the second Herald comes up enough that the Mary Melfi's doesn't, and Mary Melfi's has other applications.
Got you. Appreciate the education.
For the miscellaneous stuff for the rest of the deck, one Kagari for the Hornet Drones. Almirage because I'm playing all the hand traps. If you're not playing any of the hand traps, you should just play Anima here. I'll probably end up playing Anima here anyways. I didn't find myself needing to like normal summon a hand trap, make Almirage, special a Lolly or a Cupsy or a Yummy, I guess, underneath the synchro because you could just do the whole thing with Snatching anyway. So like, it's not that great. One Link Spider. Nib. The card I can't pronounce. This card's disgusting. Gets you back into Yummy. A surprise. Yeah, you need more Yummy surprise. Essentially means that you have 3 Yummy surprise in your deck. Really nice. SP, gotta run it. In the mirror match, this is the card that wins you the mirror match. You just banish the minion. Game's over. And then I played one Typhon. I want to say I didn't like this card. but it did win me my top 8 match in Top Cut. I literally just slapped this down into Draco Tail, bounced their guy, attacked over it, and then my other weenies that were boosted with the field spell just like attack for game. It was great.
It was a necessary evil for the tournament.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll play going forward though. Side deck, Triple Lancia for the Malice matchup. So just kind of diving a little bit into like why I chose hand traps. I was expecting to play against a lot of like Mitsu, Rise, a lot of old format decks. And if you don't have cards prepped for those in your main deck, you just kind of lose. Like if you're playing breakers into like Malice, like they should eat you alive. Which is why I want to play hand traps because there hasn't been a ban list yet. I didn't play against any Malice, so it ended up not mattering. And so,
but they were there though.
Yeah, they were there. But I think breakers would have been better for this event, just because there wasn't a lot of Malice. I think at a big event though, you still have to respect it. Triple Droll again. I wanted to respect the Mitsu matchup and any other like generic randomness. I want to try Book of Eclipse for the weekend. I didn't do a lot of testing going into the weekend, but this card seemed really strong into like Vanquish Soul and Yummy. I only played against one Vanquish Soul and it didn't end up mattering. They never played a card. And against Yummy, I didn't see it. So the jury's still out. Thought process though, I think this card's really, really strong going first. Like setting this as like an interruption is really strong. Into Yummy, they normal summon a guy or they Obedient School, you Book of Eclipse. The last time the game's over, they have 3 less slots on the field. It's really, really, really strong. It just limits to the things that they can do. And then for my going first stuff, 1 talent, double strike, and triple judgment. In the future, this will probably turn into a thrust package. But again, I didn't know like what to expect meta-wise, so I didn't want to put thrust for like specific packages when I didn't know I was going to play against. So I just wanted to play generic stuff. Literally only only chose to go first once the entire day, and that was the one match in Swiss that I lost. Every other game I did, I won 2-0. It was the deck was disgusting. I can't wait till I play the deck more.
Shout out to Flip Nation in the background.
Hey. But yeah, the deck was great. I loved it. Shout out to TCG family in Belton. They were fantastic. They're great hosts, great tournament organizers. Shout out to this guy, gave me a Starlight Neparim. It was clean. Look for that later. Shout out to Action Sports, best KC locals. TCG family, you're getting there. And shout out to Ant-Man816 for being in my corner. Yes, sir. And that's it.
All right, guys. Well, Bruce, thanks again for the deck profile. Glad to see you out here playing the newest snack deck in the streets.
Most delicious deck in the room. You know what I mean? Doesn't have to be the best. Doesn't have to be the best deck if it's the yummiest. You know what I mean?
And on that note, there's always going to make YouTube deuces.
I almost forgot. The most important shout out is this man right here, Andrew Cole. Before the event, I didn't know what I was going to play. I didn't know what I was going to do. This man, he's the GOAT. Okay. He let me borrow these 2 Azunas. I didn't even play them.
Woo!
Shout out to Andrew Cole.
See, this is a Yu-Gi-Oh community. People actually give their cards back.
Yes, sir.